I actually wanted to do only a Sumiko Amethyst review, but while thinking and writing about the Amethyst, I realized that Sumiko Amethyst and Ortofon 2M Black are the two sides of the same coin. They both held tremendous value in the moving magnet scene, and for most, they represent the pinnacle of their sonic evolution. So instead of creating just one review, why don't I cover both and call the review 2 Endgame Moving Magnet Cartridges? I have great experience with both and I think I can speak candidly about them. They truly are the two sides of the same coin as both have weaknesses and strengths in different areas. I would like to expose those here, and as you listen to me speak about pros and cons, you'll see what I mean. Endgame is a tougher word in the hi-fi world, and questions like, is it the best there is, and how can these two even begin to compare to Moving Coil? Those are lots of questions and I'll try to answer a few of them. Are these the best ever? No, but they are the best for most people. They deliver tremendous value before hitting the point in hi-fi where the more you add, the less you get in return. To see a significant improvements beyond these two cartridges, you need to spend a lot more money, which may not be reasonable for everyone. Even though endgame is extremely subjective, for some Sumiko Rainier or Ortofon 2M Blue represents the end game, as they are much better than like stock cartridges, so they'll be forever satisfied with that. For others, if it's not a Lyra Atlas or Vanden Hul, don't even think about calling anything else the end game. But why not opt for a moving coil cartridge in this price range? If you have a great phono preamp, you could go for a few moving coil cartridges to get slightly better performance. That's what's so great about these two, they create parity with some of those cartridges. There is, however, one superb advantage in favor of moving magnet cartridges. They're ideal for people who have like a basic phono preamps, maybe a preamp that only supports like moving magnets, and those who use integrated amps with their turntables or turntables with an integrated phono preamps and don't want to add more costs by purchasing a cartridge. Beside that, a good phono preamp is always a must, as it is the best way to fully experience your cartridge, will it be a moving magnet or moving coil. The good phono preamp removes a lot of bottlenecks in sound. Sumiko Amethyst is the top model in Sumiko's Oyster lineup. Whether you're a fan of oyster shells or not, they house many Sumiko models, including this flagship moving magnet model, the Amethyst. If you have control of impedance on your phono preamp, it's good to add a bit more power, as the Amethyst operates with an output of 2.5. While I don't put too much emphasis on numbers, this should give you a more transparent, blacker background and reduce the resonances. Where there is a noticeable improvement is in the stylus. Sumiko uses a nude line contact diamond stylus, which helps to better extract details, closing the gap between the moving magnet and the moving coil. Setting it up was easy for me. If you're experienced in setting up moving magnets, it shouldn't be a problem. If not, I always suggest going to a local dealer, give them some cash to set it up and ask them to teach you so you can do it yourself next time. I heard that Amethyst is considered a warm cartridge. So I listened to this 2M bronze a lot before acquiring it. In my head, there would be a battle between these two cartridges. But I was shocked when I first heard the Amethyst at how sure-footed and present it is in its rhythmics. Warm cartridges often struggle in this area, but Amethyst delivered concise, commanding dynamics that brought songs to life. This isn't a warm cartridge in the traditional sense. It's not bright or neutral, but there's an emphasis on bass and lower mids. Sumiko clearly aims to push certain clarity in the instruments. It has done that by creating a great separation within this price range. They wanted to lift as much of the veil from the treble as possible, which is such a pleasing thing to hear. While they may have missed out on having a truly commanding bass, that's a preference we'll talk more about later. When it comes to a clarity, noise floor can make or break a moving magnet cartridge. I challenge you to find a quieter cartridge in this price range that isn't a moving coil. That low noise floor supports its form signature so well, allowing this amazing cartridge to reveal all its talents. And oh, the bass is amazing. So much body and weight in the drive. If you like your music to have that commanding thump and presence, whether it's like sub bass and bass of electronic music or the chugging drive of electronic guitars, the Amethyst creates a presence that pulls you out of your chair. And it's not big just for the sake of being big. As I mentioned, this isn't like the most commanding or groundbreaking sound. It's very controlled with a lot of details in the bass strings, which adds textures. A crucial part of enjoying a great bass is actually hearing a lot of texture in it with a great command and presence. The mids are warm and smooth with a firm body that's non-intrusive. Vocals have a creamy quality, and if you enjoyed that presentation, you'll love this. Its most magical feature is that it works against a darker background. Not quite black, but dark enough to enhance instrumentation separation in your head. Soundstage expansion is largely influenced by your system ability to place instruments spatially, and if your cartridge doesn't organize details well, your amp and speakers may struggle to extend the soundstage and deliver it transparently. The Amethyst isn't world class in terms of forwardness and details, but there's a plenty that the diamond stylus extracts. The treble is also well rounded. It controls high frequencies smoothly and manages them really well. While it may not be groundbreaking enough to be remembered for generations and generations it's been passed on, it's clear, well separated and detailed. There's enough clarity here to make the cartridge musical and entertaining. There's enough to satisfy clinical listeners too. This isn't a fast, ultra nimble cartridge. It takes its time and holds on to a note for a long time. So don't expect wonders here, but you won't be disappointed. Its dynamic expression helps open the soundstage, and when combined with its excellent mids and phenomenal bass, it creates a great cocktail of sounds. This cartridge works well with tone arms and turntables designed to be more neutral, adding weight and smoothness to the sound. I also prefer solid state amps to the tube ones. There are scenarios where it works beautifully with warmer tube sounds if you want that vintage analog magic, but personally I found solid states bring out more clarity and transparency out of this cartridge. With all of its strengths and good points, you may wonder if this cartridge can truly claim the title of endgame moving magnet cartridge. But at this price level, achieving this much musicality, body, precision and details in one package makes it hard to beat. It's not about being perfect. You've heard from my review that this isn't a flawless cartridge. But buying this and experiencing turntable magic at this value with everything it offers for this price is a blessing and an end game for many. Its incredible bass, vocal reproduction, with smooth mids and clear detail retrieval makes it enjoyable for a lot of listeners. Now let's talk about the polar opposite of the Amethyst, the Ortofon 2M Black. The Ortofon 2M Black is a top model in the 2M moving magnet lineup. Much like the Amethyst is for the Sumiko's Oyster line, it features an extraordinary Shibata diamond stylus, which provides reduced sensitivity to noise, making for a quieter listening experience and incredible detail extraction. The 2M Black is an outstanding groove explorer, meticulously extracting, gathering, and processing details. And this is why it's the other side of the coin to the Amethyst. Its purpose is entirely different. While the Amethyst offers a fun and musical sound, the 2M Black is incredibly analytical, filling your head with information until you can hardly take anymore. Its treble is intoxicating and vivid, and its stories about instruments are told in intrusive details. In other words, the Black is a king of detail extraction, and because it pulls out so much information without fuzz, its transparency and insight are superb. This cartridge is for those who approach music clinically, as it provides a layer upon layers of textures revealing insights about production and the mastering of a record. The better the record, the better the 2M Black sounds. The mids are clear and forward, which works well alongside assertive treble. This cartridge comes at you directly, delivering an upfront sound that contrasts with the laid-back warmth of Amethyst. But there are a couple of downsides to consider. First, as you move down to the dynamic scale, the cartridge becomes less impressive. It has a leaner sound, so the lower mids and bass lacks the weight, size, and punch you might expect. The bass isn't practically special, it's tight but not full-bodied. Another potential drawback is that it can be a challenging cartridge to pair correctly and can easily punish lower quality records and equipment. Its detail extraction is so intense that any dust, scratches, or imperfection will be noticeable. Its pronounced treble can also make the sound feel bright, leading to a listening fatigue. This can be dramatically improved by finding the right pairing for it. I recommend matching it with warmer devices, and tubes are an excellent choice for grounding the sound a little bit. On one hand, you have the 2M Black's analytical, precise sound. On other, the Amethyst's warm musical tone. It really comes down to what you want and expect from your cartridge. Switching from one to the other, you'll likely find yourself missing aspects of each. With 2M Black, I love the forwardness, I love the punchiness and the upper register. It keeps surprising my ears and my brain. But I miss the smooth, relaxing experience the Amethyst provides, where vocals have a lovely presence and the bass adds weight and drive to music without feeling overwhelming. Both are exceptional, but they cater to two different types of listeners. If you're looking for a more affordable option that strikes a balance between these two, Goldring 1042 is a great choice. It combines many strengths of both cartridges but doesn't push too far in one direction. It offers a more neutral presentation with beautiful, uncluttered and detailed mids, a quiet performance for this price range, and the groovy bass and treble that provides just enough details for an enjoyable audiophile experience. In my opinion, it's unbeatable in its price range, as everything around 1042 is great enough to deliver a mature presentation with a lot of spark in it. It does not reach the level of smoothness, the level of musicality or bass of Amethyst, or details, insights and transparency of Black, but it takes a lot from both of them and makes presentation far more calmer and neutral. and all of that for far less money. But if you're a person that really wants to stay in a moving magnet sphere and still doesn't want to upgrade to the moving coil, then something like Nagaoka MP300 or 500 might be more for you. They are more expensive but an amazing alternatives. It quality craftsmanship and quality materials truly shows here with impeccable tracking, low noise output and incredible sound. MP500 is a cartridge that you have to explain to people that it is actually a moving magnet and not a moving coil. It is a cartridge that delivers great rhythmic cohesion and allows bunch of insight and details while remaining very concise. It is a testament to this great cartridge, how it indulges in extraction of details but never sounding overwhelming or forced. So it creates very active sound while also having one foot in neutrality. It is a great blend that delivers a lot of sonic greatness that you can get in this price range. Bass is also great, so it is almost a complete moving magnet cartridge. But at cheaper price, you get almost the same extraction of details in black and better bass and musicality of Amethyst. So you're paying more money to get better control than black with its details and presentation and more neutrality than Amethyst, but having a great bass and almost being more rhythmically talented. So you're paying more money to get more refined and mature presentation that is just outstanding, but you have to add far more money to get them. Thank you for watching this review, hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully after this video you'll go and spin some vinyl. Keep daydreaming and see you on next video. Bye!